Hello, dear friends, dear student. Good morning to all of you. Here, myself, Lalit Kumar P. Bhaiya, Associate Professor, Bharati College of Engineering and Technology, Durg. Till now, in last video, we have seen about instrumentation system. 3 videos on instrumentation system I have already uploaded on your classroom, and you might be studied this one. Now one of the part with respect to this instrumentation system is in your syllabus and very important equipment, instrument or device, that is LVDT, called as a linear variable differential transformer. This is one of the part of your syllabus in instrumentation. So we will go through this LVDT. The full form of LVDT is linear variable differential transformer. Let us see, you can see this linear variable differential transformer. It is a displacement transducer. You can see this diagram here of LVDT, and this transducer is used for the measurement of the displacement. LVDT is used to measure a very small displacement in a seismometer that measure movements in the earth's crust due to the earthquakes. It consists of a middle primary coil and 2 outer coils. That is secondary coils. The magnetic core moves freely without touching bobbins, and at the null, that is 0 position, if extends halfway into the secondary half. We will go the detail with this. It is variable output inductive transducer. It is used to measure the displacement. Its principle, modulation of the excitation signal. LVDT consists of a primary winding and 2 secondary windings wound over a hollow tube and positioned so that the primary is between 2 secondaries. And movable iron core slides within the hollow tube are firmer. If the core is attached to a moving object, the LVDT output voltage can be measured of the position of the object. See this constructional diagram. This center one on the hollow part is the primary, and these are 2 secondaries. The side of these windings are the 2 secondaries, and this is the movable core. You can move like this by using this shaft. You can move it, and you can measure the displacement of the movement in terms of this voltage, output voltage. This is the supply to the primary, and this is the output from the secondary. So if you change this movement core, there will be a change in the output voltage. So very small displacement of this core can be converted into voltage, and that's why it is called as linear variable differential transformer, because it has primary and secondary, therefore it is treated as a transformer. One pictorial diagram you can see here. This is the ferrite core used inside this hollow cylinder, and this part is the primary of the transformer and this part is the secondary of the transformer. Around this primary, two secondaries are there, secondary A and secondary B. This is A secondary, this is B secondary, this is ferrite core, and this is movable here in the core. This is primary. So displacement of this core, rod inside this core, will be able to provide the secondary voltage here. Primary will be fixed, and hence it is called as linear variable differential transformer. When the core is in the center, as you have seen the diagram, when the core is in the center, the voltage induced in the two secondaries is equal. You can see once again this diagram. If this core is in center, then two secondaries will induce the equal voltages. When the core is moved in either left side or right side from the center, if this core is at the center and if it is moved to the left or right side direction, right direction from the center, the voltage induced in one winding is increased and that in the other is decreased. As you can see in the diagram, if your core move towards the left, there may be a voltage at the secondary will be more at this A terminal. If you move towards right side, the voltage will be more at the B terminal. Voltage induced at the B terminal will be more. Movement in the opposite direction reverse the effect. This is the schematic of the LVDT. This is the primary coil. And this is the armature iron core. This is secondary coil here. And this is output of first secondary. And this is output of this secondary. These are two positions are shown here. This is at the center position and this is the movement here where you will get the output. This is transformer. So this is the constructional and schematic diagram of the LVDT. The LVDT has a movable core with the three coils as shown. You can see these three coils, movable core inside this hollow cylinder. This is movable core. This is primary winding in between these two. This is secondary. This is secondary. The two wires of the secondary are connected here and other two will be taken here. Series opposition connection. Secondary 1 and secondary 2. And here you can observe the LVDT core displacement. The LVDT secondary voltage amplitude for a series opposition connection varies linearly with displacement. This is voltage, and if this core is moved towards the right, the output voltage will be get linearly like this. If you move towards left side, the output voltage get linearly like this. Say opposite displacement, right side displacement and left side displacement. This is core displacement will produce the voltage in opposite direction. So this is the principle of LVDT. Voltage is from the secondary. This is schematic diagram we have already seen. This is primary, this is core, this is secondary 1, secondary 2, and this is series connection here. So this is the LVDT characteristics, LVDT diagram. This diagram we have seen here. This is a simple circuit, produces a bipolar DC voltage that varies with the core displacement. So to get the DC output, we must use the rectifier here. That means we use the diode and resistance at these two secondaries, and capacitor is the filter. So that after the movement of this core, you will get the voltage at this 2 point is the AC voltage. At this 2 point AC voltage, and after this diode you will get the DC voltage. This DC voltage will be rectified and filtered by this capacitor, and you will get the differential output here. So you can obtain the DC output from the LVDT. This is the operation of the LVDT. When core is at the center, V1 is equal to V2, that is output is equal to 0. When this core is at the center, you will get this output is in 0, because both the terminal voltages of the secondary will be equal. Therefore, differential voltage will be equal to 0. Core moves towards S1. V1 is greater than V2. That is, core moves towards right. That is S1 when V1 is greater than V2. So output increases in phase with V1. This output will increase in phase with V1. This is in phase and this is out of phase. So output, this is output, will increase this in phase with V1. Core moves towards S2, that is towards left side. Output voltage decrease. This is, and in phase with V2. In phase with V2. V1 and V2 are the secondary voltages. So this is out of phase. And this is in phase with this V2, secondary. That is negative. So you can write the LVDT operation with these simple steps. With absolute magnitude, you can show this diagram. Linear range of the output and output in volts with absolute magnitude. Output voltage V0, a movement of a core, is proportional to displacement. output voltage V0 is proportional to movement of core, and movement of core is proportional to displacement. So amplitude is produced due to motion, and polarity of phase is due to direction of the motion, whether it is moving towards the left or towards the right. So that will produce the polarity of phase, whether it is in phase or whether it is out of phase, just we have seen in the previous diagram. So this is the operation of the LVDT we have seen, and this is a simple example on LVDT. An LVDT has a maximum core motion of plus minus 1.5 centimeter with a linearity of plus minus 0.3% over that range. The transfer function is 23.8 millivolt per mm. If used to track workpiece motion from minus 1.2 to plus 1.4 centimeter, what is the expected output voltage, what is the uncertainty in position determination due to non-linearity. This type of example you can do. This is another example on LVDT with a displacement motion. This is the same example which is I have taken earlier. Here its solution is given. Using the known transfer function, the output voltage can easily be found. That is VE at minus 1.2 volt, because output, if used to track the workpiece from minus 1.2 to plus 1.4 centimeter, so voltage at minus 1.2 centimeter is equal to 23.8 millivolt per mm into minus 12 mm. This is obtained, and voltage at 1 point maximum is voltage at 1.4 centimeter is equal to 23.8 millivolt per mm into 14 mm. Because this minus 12 mm and this is 14 mm maximum. So you can calculate these values, and the linearity deviation up to deviations of the transfer function. Thus the transfer function has a uncertainty of, the value is given plus minus 0.003, because 0.3% are given, into 23.8 millivolt per mm. It is also given range. So this multiply, you can get 0.0714 millivolt per mm. This means that a measure voltage Vm in millivolt could be interpreted as a displacement that ranges from Vm by 23.73 to Vm by 23.87 mm, which is approximately plus minus 0.3% as expected. Thus, if the sensor output was 333 millivolt, which is nominally 1.4 centimeter, the actual core position could range from 1.403 to 9